Dear participants, welcome to training program on implementation of OBE using ERP. As of you know that already we received our ERP for our college, and today this training is organized for implementation of OBE module in our college. Today we have with us Mr. Paras Palsatkar, who is academic consultant and academic board member at Microsoft ERP Solution Private Limited. He is ex-principal of Dharampet Polytechnic, Nagpur, and having more than 14 plus years of teaching and industrial experience. Paras sir.
Yes, sir. Morning, sir.
Morning, sir. So here most of the faculty are joined and some of the faculty will join again. So I request you to start with your presentation for implementation of OBE module.
Okay, sir. Sure. So I'll start sharing my screen.
Yes, sir.
Before that, I welcome all of you to this interactive session on OBE implementation. Let me tell you on a preliminary basis that outcome-based education and its implementation in your institute is going to take a while for now, because whenever you go with the implementation of OBE, and I think Khandve sir, we are going to implement it from 22-23, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for that matter, what we need to do is we'll be going step by step, and today I will be showcasing you the basic things which will be done both from the admin as well as head of department end, and also the data which you need to have with yourself if you are going for OBE implementation. I think right now the admission process only would be going on, and the students are not yet currently studying in the classes, etc. I suppose, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So since the classes are yet to begin, we'll start with the basic implementation first. I'll definitely try to today or tomorrow itself that we'll fetch the faculty data from the ERP which you have, and we'll try to let me tell you, outcome-based education platform which we have is a kind of a standalone module which is not integrated into the ERP. So we'll have to use another link which some of you might have seen during the time of the OBE discussion which we had earlier. So for that, we'll try to do one thing for sure. We'll keep the same login IDs at least for which you will be getting or which you might have got for the ERP, ERP, CIMS, etc. So we'll do that in the way that you will be having the login ID the same. The password would be changed for sure, but later on after the first login only, you can definitely go for changing those passwords, and you can have the same login IDs and password for both CIMS as well as OBE. So let me showcase you regarding the first implementation, how we are going to proceed in this. And then we'll be focusing more on the work which can be done from the head of department end so that we can go for effective implementation. So now I'll start sharing my screen. First, I'll be sharing you some of the points which we are going to do from the admin end, and then we'll go with the rest of the things. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. So obe.mastersoft.erp.in is the basic ERP basic link through which we are going to proceed with the implementation of it. This is the admin dashboard. For now, we are not having any sort of data. The moment we start on adding the data like students, employees, programs, departments, etc., all of those will be showcased onto the portal, and the admin end. There would be one admin end, wherein from this admin end, the admin, or say if Khandve sir is going to monitor it, he will be able to see as to how many programs or departments have been added, how many employees have been added, how many students have been added, and the basic details regarding those will also be visible to him on the dashboard. Today, what I was thinking of having is, we'll go with the basic implementation. Regarding this, I also would like to ask you regarding the basic departments which are there in your college, as well as the degrees and programs which are there. So instead of sharing this, I'll just first share you the sheet which I have. Sir, please tell me if you are able to see this also.
Yes, this is correct, sir.
Yeah. So if this is the structure which we are going to go with, regarding this only, I was hoping to have a meeting with you, sir, privately, because of the basic structure which we require. The OBE platform of Microsoft ERP solutions works on this basic structure, wherein it is very much easier for engineering institutions to go with this, because we have a department, we have the branches and the degrees. Plus, for there is one more confusion I had regarding this. We are having only BE and ME degrees and no other degrees, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure. So, and the semester from which we are going to start the implementation will also be needed. So, are we going to start the implementation of third and fifth semester students first, or right
Yes,
now
sir.
first semester?
Third and fifth semester.
Yeah, sure. Third, fifth, and seventh also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was the input which I required from your end before going with the implementation as such. So that we'll be entering the data of these students only for each and every semester, I suppose.
Yes.
So that once the session starts, the faculties can very well go with it. Now, going back to the Microsoft ERP solution platform, we'll enter the departmental name. For once, I'll showcase you how to do it. The rest of the things can be done from your end only. It is very much easy. If you have this structure with you ready, you can very well add these things also. I'll also showcase you how to do it. Just a moment, sir. So for say, we are going to create a department, civil engineering. So the department name would be civil engineering. The short name I'll be needing, sir. What is the short name for civil engineering?
CE.
Yeah, sure. CE. And the category would be engineering for sure. We'll have to submit it. So in this way, we'll be going to proceed. Degree which it offers would be of two types, definitely. Degree we need not to add every time. Degree type, undergraduate, we are going to offer Bachelor of Engineering, I suppose. And degree short name is BE only. No, we are
Yes,
not
sir.
having BTech right now.
BE.
Yeah, sure. So that is done. Even all the departments also would be offering postgraduate in, or some of the department might be offering post graduation as Master of Engineering, I suppose.
All Master of Engineering.
Yeah. Master of Engineering, short name ME. So this is the basic structure which we can use for every sort of department. And
there
the
are
program.
Some PhD program also.
Okay. But I think PhD programs are not going for outcome-based educations, because
yes, sir.
therein
yes, sir.
we'll not be having any sort of assessment in the form of an exam. So we'll be doing this, implementing this for undergraduate and postgraduate programs only. Sure. And then we have the branch also as civil engineering only. I'm doing this just for one program, so that the short name is again CE, and we can submit it. After this is done for all the programs and branches, we'll have to go with institute department mapping. Since in your case, it is only one institute and one college, so there is no issue in this. You just have to click these basic things only. We'll have to do this for every branch. Then mapping of department and degree as to which are the degrees which are offered by that particular department. For say for civil engineering, we are offering BE degree, and also civil engineering offers ME degree, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is also done. And then the degree program mapping. This degree program mapping needs to be done. In our case, it is very much simple that we are offering only one type of program. But if in case it happens that there are some departments like computer science, which offers ME in two streams, that is computer science and then data science, etc. So in that case, you will have to map the degree with program also. I think in your case, civil engineering offers construction engineering and management and as an ME, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, in the program module, we'll have to add in one more program which is mapped with civil engineering only. That is this construction engineering and management. Sir, can you tell me the short name of it?
CEM.
CEM. Yeah. So civil engineering is having two programs. One is civil engineering BE and CEM as in ME. So in this degree program mapping, we'll go back there. will go for ME, and the program which you are offering is Construction Engineering and Management, and you can click on Submit. So this should be done for every sort of department or program which we have, because in this case you will be able to map the students, faculties, etc. with respect to the degree branch mapping which you have done. Next, we'll have to go for admission batch. So admission batch can be entered over here as 2022-23, I suppose, sir. We are going to commence the this thing from admission to batch 22-23, I suppose, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we'll be adding the on this thing only. Then we'll have to create the curriculum. These are the basic things which are done from admin end, and they can be then they are reflected into the respective faculty logins. So for civil engineering BE, for program BE, for batch 22-23, we'll be creating the curriculum. Similarly, this has to be done for every program or branch to which you are offering, and that is done. Up to this level and some more details, we'll be doing it from admin end only. Now I'll showcase you what are the basic things which are to be done from the head of department end once the logins are created. So for now, I'll be showcasing you through an sample login. Then after the logins are done, I'll be also needing the name of head of departments, sir, because we'll have to give them the special rights which are there only in head of department login.
Yes, sir.
So I'll log out from here, and I'll showcase you one of the sample HOD logins wherein we'll be able to see as to how we can do that. So all the head of departments which are present in this meeting, please make sure to take a note of these points which we are going to start from today. The first things like organization setup, curriculum creation can be done from the admin end only. So we'll be having that from there only. You can very well add the students on your own, or say if you have the data in the ERP now, we can very well add those students from there also. There is no issue. The only thing which we have in this is what I'll be doing is, even if we fetch the data from ERP, I'll formulate it with respect to the format which we need. I'll also showcase you the format which is required from our end. Just a moment, sir, it is opening. Sir, are you able to see this screen also?
No, sir. Ultra tab.
Yeah, I'll have to share the screen again. Yeah, now you might be seeing this. So in this format, we'll be needing the student data. So we'll try to fetch as much data as possible from the ERP only. And then what we'll do is we'll send you the Excel file of this data to respect to head of department, or I can send it to the admin also. So with respect to the department, so please go through this list once you get this list, and please confirm whether this is just a sample data which I'm showing you. So whenever I send you the sheet, please make sure that all the data in this format is correct, because this is the list which will be used for by you during the course of mark entry, etc., and for attainment calculations. So whenever I send you the sheet, please compare it with the departmental role list and make sure that it is perfectly correct, so that we can proceed with the attainment part. Now I'll show you the basic things which will be required to be done from the head of department end towards preparation of the OBE module. Till then it is going to take some time for sure, but for then we'll be having some things. Also, I think, sir, you are going to add the courses in the ERP also.
Yes, sir. All the information is already entered there.
Okay,
The
sir.
CIMS master data is already completed.
Okay, sir. Okay. So
Only we have to fetch it in the OBE module and ADMS module.
sure, sir. So we'll be taking that data from there also, and we'll confirm it once, and we'll upload it onto the OBE portal also. Now, what are the things which are specifically to be done from the head of department end once you get the login? That will be showcasing you. Generally, in our institutions, what we have is the institutional vision only. You also might be having the institutional vision and mission only. But since we need the attainment on department level, what we do is we enter the vision description or the vision statement from the HOD login only. So even if you have the same vision statement, you will have to add the vision statement on the portal with respect to your department. The process is simple. You just have to select the department. Final status, you can keep it at approved because it is already approved in Board of Studies already. So you can keep it at approved. The vision name would be populated automatically, and you can have the vision description from your website or say onto your departmental PC. You can copy and paste it over here, and you can click on submit. By doing this, you will be submitting the vision statement for your department onto the portal. That is the first thing which the HOD needs. So what you can do till the time you get your login credentials is, even if you are not having this data right now with you, please make sure to have these things ready with you, like vision statement. So have your vision statement with you. Next thing on the same basis would be the vision mission statements also. I think you might be having some 2-3 mission statements for your college. Even if you have some departmental mission, it is recommended that you add the departmental mission only. Sir, आपल्याकडे departmental mission statements आहेत का?
Only one statement is there for college level, vision and mission, and accordingly the every department is having vision and mission statement for the department also.
Okay, so to avoid any confusion, let me tell you this once again. You have to add the departmental vision and mission onto this portal from HOD login whenever you get the credentials. So आपल्याला इथे डिपार्टमेंटल विजन आणि मिशन टाकायचे आहेत, हे लक्षात ठेवा. इन्स्टिट्यूट विजन मिशन आणि डिपार्टमेंटल सारखे असतील, फरक पडत नाही, ते मग तसेच टाकता येतील. If you have separate vision and mission departments for your department, please add these things into your portal through HOD login when you get the credentials. Next, in the curriculum structure, you might be having program educational objectives ready with you. Are these things applicable to our college or not? Program educational objectives. Yeah. So for that, those program educational objectives also, you can repeat the same process as I showcased you for vision and mission. So for now, head of departments can also compile or say have a Word file wherein you can compile all these program educational objectives, etc. After you get the login, you just have to create the program. PEO name would be populated. Select on approve, and by clicking on action button like this, if you're able to see this, head of departments, so you just have to click the action button, and all the PEO statements which you have for your department, you can enter over here one by one, and by clicking on submit, they will be submitted, and you will get the success message also, as well as the list of your PEOs would be showcased over here as approved. I'll also and after the entry is done, I'll also showcase you how you can see those. So for this department, I have added 5 PEOs. So all the PEOs are also added over here. And from here also, you can get the PDF, MS Word, MS Excel, etc. So once you have added all those PEOs, etc., if during further process, if you want to find where are the program educational objectives, you can directly log in onto your HOD portal, and you can get the PDF, MS Word, Excel, etc. from this portal only. Next things which you might have or might not have, but while going towards NBA and all the accreditations, you might be asked about these things as to whether the PEOs are mapped with the institutional mission. So if you are having that also ready with you, you can very well go with this. Otherwise, this is optional. PEO mission mapping up to this level is we have kept optional because so many arts, commerce, science colleges also are our clients. and they are also using the same portal. And in those cases, the PEOs, program educational objectives, are not applicable for some colleges only. So if you have those, and if you want to go with the complete compliance of OBE, it is recommended that you go for PEO mission mapping. Sir, आपण असं काही केलं आहे का याच्या आधी, PEO आणि मिशन मॅपिंग वगैरे?
मॅपिंग केलेलं नाही आहे, but it is in the process.
Yeah. So whenever you do that, what you have to do is, I'll showcase you that also. You have to select the department, select the program from the drop-down list, the same way which we created for civil engineering. You might be having BE civil engineering, then ME in the construction management, etc. what we discussed. So for the particular program, you select the program name, select the status, approve, draft, or reject. For now, you can also keep it at draft level. If you are not sure as to what to be done, you can keep it at draft level. And by clicking on this, I'll also reload this page and showcase you once, one more time as to how it happens. Say, select the department, select the program, and once you select these two things, the grid would be opened in front of you. In this grid, you will be able to see all the PEOs which you have added in the previous step. Here in only, yes, we added the PEOs. So list of PEOs would be available over here, as well as if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever mission statements, that list also would be populated to you. And what you have to do is, if you are going for PEO mission mapping, you have to, initially all of these would be at 0 for sure. So if you, with respect to the board of studies meeting or the stakeholder meeting, if you take and you say, for example, we'll see one example only. For this PEO, first PEO which we have is to prepare the graduate for a successful career in industry. Is your first, if you consider it in short, you have to, you are having the objective to create graduate for a successful career in industry. And the first mission statement is to achieve academic excellence by imparting knowledge. So we can say that with respect to our discussion, that PEO 1 and mission 1 are completely mapping with each other. So just by clicking like this, you can keep it up to 1, 2, or 3 levels as we have in OBE philosophy. Yes. Then if you wish to have PEO and mission 2 mapping up to 1, 2, etc., you can keep it up to 2 level and click on submit. After this, you'll have to select the status first, at least approve or draft, and click on submit. I think it has got some problem. Sure, just a minute. I'll have to reload the page. Sometimes the network creates a few mishaps in here. So just select the department, select the program, mapping name would be populated. Move the sliders with respect to your requirement, click on approve and submit. You will be showcasing the, you will be seeing the success message as record are saved successfully. This is optional. If you want to do it now, you can do it, or else once you are done with the PEO mission mapping on a central level, you can go with it. Next important step, which is almost everywhere, is program outcomes. So everybody, every program head must be having the program outcomes, that is POs, available with you. Also, there would be some 2-3 PSOs, that is program specific objectives with respect to your department. Sir, आपल्याकडे PSOs पण असतात ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are 1 or 2 PSOs are there for every department. Sure.
So adding those program outcomes, if you are having them ready in your curriculum structure, you can very well add them also into the portal once you get the HOD login. Why I'm saying this is, unless and until head of department completes these 4 steps at least, vision, mission, PEO, and PO, that is program outcomes. Unless and until head of department completes these 4 steps, faculty will not be able to do anything in their respective login. Why I am saying this is, the first step which a faculty has to do is adding course outcomes and go for COPO mapping.
Yes.
So for COPO mapping, adding of POs in the approved state from the head of department is very well required. So unless and until head of department does these 4 steps at least, faculty will not be able to proceed from their login towards the OBE implementation as such. So that's why it is recommended that once you get the logins and always also the credentials for head of department, please go for these things first. I'll also showcase you how to do it. You just have to select the curriculum, select the program name, PO name would be populated automatically. Keep on approved. Let me tell you, approving the program outcomes is very much essential for the faculties to proceed. So you'll have to keep it on approve. Go on clicking the action button. This is the plus button which you are seeing. So in engineering, definitely, I think we'll be having only 12 POs for sure.
Yes.
So all the departments would be, or the program heads would be having 12 POs. So go on clicking for the action button till 12 POs. And you can copy them and paste them from wherever you have them ready with you. Then comes the part of PSO, that is program specific outcomes. In OBE philosophy, PO and PSO, though they are stated as a few different things, but in our portal, you can very well add them with respect to after the POs are done. So if you see, once I clicked after PO 12 are done, once I click the action button, the name of PSO as PSO1, PSO2 is automatically getting populated.
Yes.
So this happens with some of the art science colleges that they are only having 10 PO, etc. But for us, we are doing it specifically. We started this specifically for engineering colleges. So for almost all the engineering programs, there would be 12 POs and 1, 2, 3 PSOs, etc. So if you go on clicking it, you need not to even change the name. Let me tell you, if say, for example, for some specific program, you have 10 POs, no issues. After this, you are also able to edit the names over here. I want this name as PSO1. That is also can be done. But if you're not willing to do it, you need not to worry. Yours is an engineering institution. You just have to go on clicking, go on copying those names over here. And by clicking on submit, you will be able to see this kind of an success message as well as the list of PO which you have done. Also, I'll also showcase you how I have added it onto this portal. A tabular report of all the POs and PSOs would be available. I think herein I have added only POs for this login. So you will be able to see all the POs, and in the same way which we have discussed earlier, you can very well see the MS Word, PDF and MS Excel option, and you can download it from here. After this basic things are done, what you have to do is from the faculty end, up to this level only head of department needs to do. There is one more thing which the head of department will do. For now, just it is to be done. Plus, I'll be there whenever you need any sort of assistance. Once you are done with adding the courses, you have to do the course curriculum mapping. Since we are only having only one curriculum, that is one simple clicks. But I'll also showcase you how to offer the courses. Herein, while adding the courses, we need not to add those courses with respect to semester. We just have to offer them with respect to some semesters. Say, for example, if you are able to see it here, I have added all the courses, and once you want to offer those courses, even also will be having some electives, I suppose, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for now, during adding of all the courses, we will add all the courses which are there in your department. Yes. And then what we'll do is, say, for example, for mechanical engineering, if that is the case, you have electives as refrigeration and air conditioning, IC engines, and some automation in programming, etc. And out of these 3 electives, you are going to offer only 2 electives to the students. So what you have to do is, which you do not want to offer, you just have to click for offering, unclick for not offering the course. So even if you have list of electives with you, 4 or 5 electives, will add all those subjects onto the portal, and whichever subjects you want to offer to the students, you can simply click them, select the semester for which you want to offer them, and you can do it. Also, the way we do it, head of departments allots subjects to the faculties for sure. So with respect to your timetable or say load calculation or subject allocation, whatever names we call it, herein we just have the simple name as course teacher allotment. So once for every session, once the subjects are added with respect to your program, you can offer the subjects with respect to particular semester. For this, I'll also showcase you the entered data once. For this academic session, I have offered the subject of web technology to this teacher, and the teacher list which you have will be available for the faculty for the head of department to select. Even herein we have kept the search, wherein you, if you want to see search Sachin, etc. So the names of the faculties can also be seen. Plus, there are few subjects which are engaged by some other departmental faculty. So that also can be searched from here. All the faculties which are there, say for example, electronics is the subject which is basically offered to mechanical engineering, but a faculty from electronics is teaching that subject. So definitely HOD mechanical will offer that subject during course teacher allotment. So even if you were to do this, that also can be done from here, and the subjects would be allotted to the teacher. If this much is done and you are not having any doubts, can I showcase you what are the things which can be done from faculty end, or should we do it once we have the credentials and all the data?
Sir, I think if that HOD data entry is completed, then we are interested to see that how the faculty can proceed for the further process.
Okay. So
because already the master data is ready in CIMS.
Yeah.
Today we will see that it will get completed and it will get fetched into the OBE module.
Okay.
So that in 2-3 days we will start this Copo mapping from the faculty end also.
Okay, sir. Okay. So what we'll do is, for now, we'll stop here with head of department things which can be done. And during the next course of meeting, once this is done, I'll fetch the data from there also. Once this is done, we'll have a separate meeting regarding the actual implementation of the faculties.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
that
sir.
At least for all the faculties who are sitting on in this meeting will be able to do at least basic things on them on their end only. Till then, if up to this level, any faculty or head of department is having any doubts, we are open for discussions. Please allow everyone to have their questions also. I'll stop sharing the screen for now.
Type your question in the chat box, or you can raise your hand so that faculties will be given permission to unmute. All the HODs and faculties are requested to ask any query or question about whatever the till demonstration was given regarding the OBE implementation. You can type your question in the chat box, or you can raise your hand, or else I request all of you that to type proceed in the chat box. I request faculty to type proceed in the chat box. Deshpande sir has raised the hand. Please ask sir your question. Deshpande sir.
Yes. Good morning, all of you. My question is, am I audible?
Yes,
yes sir.
Okay. My question is, you have done the PO mapping. Okay. Yeah. With some levels 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want to see the output of that. how we'll have the output? A cross matrix.
No, sir. Herein you will not be seeing any matrix for now. Once you are done with it,
Okay.
if you do the COPO mapping, because PO and mission mapping is not required onto the attainment level part. These are just for this is the data which can be presented in front of a committee if you want to go for discussion of it. We also have the facility to upload.
Correct. So I want to know how to incorporate that picture in a slide, because we will be demonstrating that. That is how the mapping is done.
Okay. So for now, we are not having any matrix which we get in the NBA format.
Okay.
For sure. I say I'll showcase you that also. You are asking about PEO mission mapping, I suppose, sir, right? Yeah, I'll showcase you from the print data only. For now, you will be getting the report in this format, wherein you will be getting the levels which you have mapped it with. Say, for example, for mission 3, mission 4, mission 2, etc. For you will be getting the data in this tabular format only, so that you can very well showcase them the mapping which you have done. Also, there is a facility to add some notes as to why you have mapped mission 1 with PEO 1 on a high level, or say whatever notes you want to add, you can add it over here only. I'll showcase you that also. Rest of the things with respect to COPO mapping, you can have these details in the form of an say for PEO 1 and mission 1, you wish to add the note as it is having high level of mapping. So that also can be showcased over here, and it will be saved as an in the form of a note. And from print data, you can have the matrix in this format only. It is not exactly the format which is of the NBA, because NBA is not asking you regarding any matrix with this. They ask you regarding one matrix which is for COPO mapping, wherein you enter the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. That's why we have kept it optional. If you allow me, I'll also showcase you how you will get the COPO mapping once you get the report attainment done. Can I showcase you that also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a moment. Yeah, I suppose, sir, हे दिसत असेल आता course book report जे
Yes,
आहे.
sir.
Okay. So during COPO mapping also, you will be doing the same slider kind of a thing onto your portal. But if you fetch the attainment report out of it, which is the course book report, which I just mentioned, you will get the mapping details in almost the same format which you have as for NBA. NBA, I suppose criteria 1 or 2 has these details, wherein you will be required to provide the details, vision, mission, etc. For tier 1 institution, you have the under criteria 3, you have the COPO mapping, etc. COPO and PSO mapping. So for criteria 3 of NBA, you will be requiring the matrix in this format. So the slider thing which we have on the portal is a kind of simplicity through which the faculty can do it. Or else, if you want to produce it in front of someone, through the report generation, after everything is done, you can generate this report and you can showcase them the details regarding how much mapping you have for CO1, PO1, CO2, PO2, etc. So that is also can be fetched from here.
I think that you have answered to that Deshpande sir question.
Yeah.
Khodke madam is having also one question. Madam, please ask.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My question is regarding the course course teacher allotment, which you had shown. If possible, can we open that screen?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Course teacher allotment. Yeah.
Now, when we are allotting a particular subject, I mean, a particular course, that course might have a theory, a practical, as well as a tutorial.
Yeah, sure.
So we have to allocate that thrice. I mean,
No.
if a particular subject has theory as well as tutorial as well as practical.
Yeah,
And
sure.
if it is allotted to the same faculty.
Okay. So then what we do generally in OBE, ma'am, that one type of assessment would be considered one type of a subject. So
Okay.
say, for example, you have computer programming lab as well as theory both. So you
Okay.
register one subject as computer programming and another subject as computer programming lab, and then you can allocate them to the particular teacher. Else, if it also happens that for some of the subjects you might be having two teachers, say for drawing, etc., you might be having two faculties.
Correct.
So then one faculty would be assigned as primary teacher, another faculty would be assigned as co-teacher.
Okay.
So the co-teacher will also be able to add, modify, edit, etc., the details.
Okay. Okay. And what about tutorial?
Tutorial, in that case, the assessment, if you're doing separately for that also, or say, for example, in say kinematics of machine, you are having tutorial for 2 hours. Are you having separate assessment for it also, or are you going to assess them with respect to the particular subject only?
There is no assessment. It is with respect to the particular theory. I mean, the subject.
Then that in that case, you can add all the details of it into the theory subject only. If you want to add them, you are not having, since you are not having any sort of assessment. OBE module or OBE philosophy specifically is having the details about as to how many assessment components you have, how many marks the student has got, and how many outcomes you are able to achieve out of this tutorial or say subject. So in that case, there will not be any confusion, I suppose. You can have the theory subjects and you can add the assessment components, marks, and do the COPO attainment.
But the thing is that many a times we need to show that there are separate tutorials which had been conducted, though assessment is not there. But then it has to be shown separate as a separate entity. So how do we manage that in that case?
Say, for example, you have a tutorial for some subject. You can showcase them during timetable, etc., and the lectures which you have conducted. This portal is specifically for the attainment purposes.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So I think that most of the faculties are not responding here as proceed. I request everybody to type proceed here in the chat box so that we ensure that there is no question from any faculty, and then we will move on to the next demonstration. I request every faculty to type proceed in the chat box, please.
सर म्हणजे आज मग आपल्याला जे फॅकल्टी साइडचं करायचं आहे, कोर्स आउटकम, प्रोग्राम आउटकम, ते एक वेळा सॅम्पल दाखवायचं आहे का?
Yes sir.
ओके, चालेल.
Which is already available data with you with some other department or other college login, then we will show that, and then we will have some reports on all this thing also.
Sure sir, sure.
So most of the faculties are saying proceed, so we will move to the next demonstration, please sir.
Yes sir, sure. I have already logged in onto the lecturer login, faculty login. I'll also showcase you that. So this will be the dashboard for the faculty login. If you remember, during the head of department login or admin login, we had too many menus which can be accessed by the head of department. But for faculties, they are having only one major thing which is to be done, is adding the course outcome, doing the COPO mapping, adding assessment component, question paper creation, marks entry, and then these two things which will be giving you the results in the form of CO attainment and PO attainment. So I'll showcase you how we can proceed with it. Sure. So first we'll go to CO, that is course outcomes. So herein you might be having the list of COs for all the subjects, that is courses which are assigned to you. So you have to just click on the courses. Only those courses which are allotted to you by the head of department will be showcased over here. So select the course name, select the final status as approved only, because for your institution also you might be having the COs already approved with you, and simply the way we did for earlier processes, go on clicking the action button, add the CO description. Say, for example, I'll search one CO or at least some COs for a particular subject on the tab only. I'll try to do that. Say for some subject DBMS, we'll search the COs and we'll just a moment. Yeah. Course outcome. So herein you might have some course outcomes like apply the basic concept of database management system and application. So likewise, I'll add just 2-3 COs so that we'll be able to understand how we are going to proceed. Till now, sir, आपण हे आतापर्यंत जे CO वगैरे जे आहेत COPO मॅपिंग हे एक्सेल ने तरी करत आलो आहे का की नाही केलाय कधी?
नाही केला, एक्सेल मध्ये पण नाही केला सध्या.
Okay, sir. So no issues. So for doing this, what you have to do is you will have to add the COs which are there in your curriculum and apply them with some Bloom's associated level. I'll also showcase you how to do it. With respect to the first sentence or first word, you will be able to understand as to which Bloom's level it is associated with. Say, for example, there are basically 6 Bloom's associated level: recall, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. So you might be having one application of it with Bloom's level. Say the CO description, if it says apply the basic concept of DBMS, so it will be mapped with Bloom's associated level of applying. Knowledge level, it is optional, but it is recommended if you go with this kind of things, because when you try to propose it in front of some committee, you will be having those data also. Generally, in engineering domain at least, we have 4 major knowledge levels which are useful. 1, factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive. Metacognitive level is very much hard to achieve during knowledge level, wherein you can find the description regarding this at any point of time. But generally, if you wish to admit, map them with metacognitive levels also, no issues. But generally, to apply the basic concept of something, you'll need some factual or conceptual level of thing. So you can map it with factual level. Next is use the basics of SQL. If it is the CO description, it is generally for using something, you need to understand it. So you can map it with understanding level, and to use it, you need some procedural or conceptual level of knowledge. So you can also have it with this. And by clicking on submit, you will be having the list of COs ready with you. Since I have already added it over here, I'll also showcase you where you can see these. Yeah. So for this subject, the list of COs, Bloom's level and knowledge level, everything is being mapped. Next thing which you need to do is go for COPO mapping. So I think you are able to understand these basic things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Next thing is we have to go for COPO mapping. So during the COPO mapping also, you'll have to select the program, basic things like curriculum, program course name, status, again, approve, draft, reject. From now on, you might be seeing the login. After the login is created, you will be seeing this. If you want to go for COPO mapping, the way I said earlier also, for going before going to COPO mapping, it is essential that head of departments add their program outcomes and confirm them, approve them from their login. This is the same level of data which we had in the HOD login. From there, we have come to the faculty login. So herein, since all the POs are entered by head of department and he or she has approved it, they will be visible into the login of the faculty also. He will be able to see the program outcomes as well as the course outcome which he or she has added during the last step. So now on the same basis which we had earlier, you have a slider over here. Now comes the question which everybody would be asking as to how we can map the COs and POs. So there would be some board of studies, or say some academic board with you, or say departmental stakeholder meeting you can have for mapping the COs, POs. Generally, it is kept up to the discretion of the head of department, or say faculties who is teaching that subject, that they can map the COs and POs accordingly. And whenever anybody is asking you regarding the CO-PO mapping, you will be able to justify what you have done. So are we having any mechanism regarding this also, so that we can proceed it in front of, keep it in front of some committee?
There is no committee, but at the department level, this CO-PO mapping is in some department it is already done.
Yeah.
And some are just completed.
Yeah, sure. So if that is done, you can very well do it with respect to the slider thing only. 0 would be the default value which will be there. If you go on clicking this up to 1, 2, 3, etc., you can map the COs and POs. After that is done, in the print data only, you will be able to see the CO-PO mapping report. So the same way which we had in the previous HOD login, you can very well see the CO-PO mapping report over here. This report, if you want it in the format which we discussed afterwards, so through the report section, you can get the data for the numbers also. Herein we are showcasing you only low, high, moderate, or there is no mapping, etc. That can be seen from the portal. If you go to the report section, you can get the CO-PO mapping in the form of numbers, which we require generally. Next is creating the assessment components. So for every subject, you might be having some assessment components designed. Say, for example, you might be having some mid-semester examination. For reference purposes, I'm just keeping it simple. Mid-semester examination 1 of 25 marks, another mid-semester examination of 25 marks, and one more end semester examination of say 50 marks. So if that is the classification which you have for 100 marks, by adding these assessment components, you can click on submit and the assessment components would be generated. These assessment components would be used for creating the question paper in the next step. Sir, just a moment, me mute होता है फक्त इथेच आहे. Okay, sir, I'm back. So during the question paper creation also, we'll select the same things and you can create the question paper. Since all the question paper are created, let me check whether we have some uncreated. No. So since all the question papers are created, I'll showcase you how you have to create the question paper. Let me tell you one thing about this portal only. Herein, we are not going to conduct exams through this portal. This portal is specifically meant for head of departments and faculties. So हे शुद्ध आपल्या मराठीतच सांगतो. इथे आपण एक्झाम पेपर जरी बनवत असलो तरी इथून आपण एक्झाम घेणार नाहीये. सर, तुमचे एक्झाम्स वगैरे जे आहेत त्या जशा कन्व्हेन्शनल मेथडने आपण घेतो तसंच घेतल्या जाणार आहे. इथे आपण फक्त एक गोष्ट करणार आहे, क्वेश्चन नंबरला सीओ सोबत मॅप करणार आहे किंवा ब्लूम्स टेक्सॉनॉमी सोबत मॅप करणार आहे. सो इवन इफ you need not, you don't want to add the question description. Say, for example, mathematics. You might be having some mathematical formulas to be added. You are not able to add this over here. No issues. Just add the question description as question 1. That's it. The only thing which we require for attainment is not the question body, but the CO to which it is mapped, as well as the Bloom's taxonomy.
Yes, correct.
That's why, even if for reference purposes this is generally something which is to be done as an extra kind of thing from the faculties. So if you are okay with the pattern, you can add the whole questions, etc. If you don't want to add the question description also, nobody is going to check you on this question description. What you need is question number 1, if you add, to which CO it is mapped. That is the only thing which we have, and the maximum marks to that question. Say for example, for this examination, you are having 50 marks. So you might be having 5 questions for it, and 10 marks each. So you just add the question 1, question 2, question 3, etc. Map them with some COs. I don't know whether you have this practice of mapping every question with CO right now. Sir, आपण हे करतो का प्रत्येक क्वेश्चन?
नाही, सध्या तर नाही आहे.
सो ठीक आहे, तर त्यामुळेच आपल्याला हा प्लॅटफॉर्म याच्यात मदत करेल. कारण जेव्हा आपण ओबीई अटेनमेंट साठी जातो तर इथे 2 प्रकारचे अटेनमेंट असतात. वन अटेनमेंट इज कोर्स वाइज अटेनमेंट, अनदर व्हेरी डिस्क्रिप्टिव्ह इज क्वेश्चन पेपर वाइज अटेनमेंट. So with respect to every examination, exam wise attainment we call it. So with respect to every examination you can calculate attainment, or with respect to the whole course you can calculate the attainment. So for that reasons, every question should be mapped with some CO, which is an necessary requirement. So even if for now you are setting the question paper, question 1 from unit 1 of 10 marks is the practice which we have. From now on, if you are going for OBE philosophy and you want the correct calculation, what you all have to do is question number 1 of say unit 1 you have added in your paper. You should also add the name of the CO to which it is mapped. Generally engineering मध्ये आपल्याकडे असंच असतं, 6 युनिट म्हणजे 6 CO.
Correct.
It is not a standard practice for sure. But since we have that facility with you, आपल्याला कदाचित जास्ती इकडे प्रेशर देण्याची गरज पडणार नाही. आपल्याला समजा युनिट 1 मधला क्वेश्चन टाकला आहे तो CO 1 मधला आहे, युनिट 2 मधला टाकला तो CO 2 मधला आहे, एवढं जरी केलं तर चालतं. युअर कॉलेज इज ऑटोनॉमस और एफिलिएटेड?
No sir, it is accredited to Amravati University.
Okay, so for last semester last examination, end semester examination also, you will not be getting these data, I suppose. तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन वाइज हे नाही भेटणार, क्वेश्चन वाइज मार्क नाही भेटणार. त्या केसमध्येही सिंपल सांगतो काय करायचं असतं. समजा तुमचे मॅक्झिमम मार्क्स 50 आहेत आणि त्याच्यामध्ये सगळ्या युनिटचे क्वेश्चन विचारले आहेत. क्वेश्चन डिस्क्रिप्शन युनिट 1, युनिट 2, युनिट 3 etc. you can add and you can map them with all the COs. CO3, CO4, CO5 आहेत तर CO5.
Yes.
Bloom's taxonomy is not mandatory. Okay. You can add n number of Bloom's taxonomies also if you have them in question paper, and then add the maximum marks as 50. That's it. So for end semester examination, you need not to do this practice also. You just have to add the question description with all the units and map them with all the COs and go for attainment. I'll also showcase you where that can be used. Next is mark entry. Herein the headache of the faculty starts. मी लेक्चरर, HOD, प्रिन्सिपल सगळं राहिलेलो आहे, त्याच्यामुळे माहिती आहे एस्टॅब्लिश सिस्टीम पेक्षा जास्ती काहीतरी काम करावं लागतंय म्हणजे ते हेडेक राहील. मलाही होतं जेव्हा आपण आम्ही हे सुरुवात केली तेव्हा. बट देअर इज वन स्पेसिफिक थिंग विच इज टू बी डन ॲट दिस लेवल. यू हॅव टू ॲड क्वेश्चन वाइज मार्क ऑफ एव्हरी स्टुडंट. That is the thing which the faculty will be need to do. So it is very good that your institution has taken an initiative to start the process so early when the students are yet to come to your college. Once they come to attend the classes, the faculties would be busy, etc. So till then we'll be keeping basic things like COPO mapping, etc. ready. You can also have the assessment components ready. For sure we are aware as to how many exams we are going to take and how many marks are there. Next thing is, once at least you can do this at least for internal papers. Sir, sessional वगैरे असतात आपल्याकडे?
Yes sir, we are having unit test 1, unit test 2 and then common test also at the college level. Yeah.
So if you want to go for correct and more in-depth achievement of OBE philosophy, what you have to do is, you have, while creating the question paper, you have to give them marks. हे तर आपण देतो जनरली, प्रत्येक क्वेश्चनला किती मार्क्स आहेत. त्याच्यानंतर पोर्टल वरती आपल्याला क्वेश्चन वाइज मार्क एंट्री पण करायची आहे.
आन्सर बुकचं जे फ्रंट पेज आहे तिकडे जर क्वेश्चन वाईज मार्क जर लिहिले आणि मग टोटल मारून मार्क गेले, सो
हा.
दॅट यू कॅन डायरेक्टली एंटर हिअर.
बिलकुल ते करू शकतो. आणि
युनिव्हर्सिटी एक्झाम ऑल्सो वी आर डुईंग सेम थिंग.
ओके, येस,
क्वेश्चन वाईज मार्क्स वी आर इंडिकेटिंग.
या,
Then same that we have to adapt for our unit test in the college also.
You might not be getting the details. Oh, sorry. सर आता आवाज येतोय का माझं?
Yes sir, no clear.
हा, युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या बाबतीत असं होत असेल फक्त की आपल्याला त्यांचे पोरांचे क्वेश्चन वाईज मार्क्स नसतील मिळत.
नाही मिळत
नाही, ते आपण तिथे करतो समोरच्या साईडला हे करून.
Yes.
पण सेशनल मध्ये म्हणजे युनिट टेस्ट 1, युनिट टेस्ट 2 आणि जी आपली फायनल टेस्ट आहे कॉमन टेस्ट, इन दॅट केस यू कॅन डू इट. आणि त्यामध्ये तुम्ही क्वेश्चन वाईज मार्क एंट्री ह्या मुलांची करावी लागेल. इट इज नॉट एट ऑल नेसेसरी की तुम्ही 50-100 मुलं आहेत तर त्यांची सगळ्यांची मार्क एंट्री अशी करावी. तुम्ही आपल्या इथूनच जसा हा डिफॉल्ट फॉर्मॅट डाउनलोड केला त्यातूनही काम होऊ शकतं. मी तुम्हाला तोही दाखवतो.
So already actually we are preparing this type of Excel file where the student name and then the
question
marks
wise
are there, but they are not question wise, they are only subject wise.
Yes, we have that common practice of giving the marks. Sir, ही Excel sheet दिसते का आता तुम्हाला?
Yes.
So herein you can do it. The format which is generated from the portal can be downloaded over here, and you can add the question wise marks onto this Excel, and you can import them onto the portal. So तुम्हाला ते पोर्टल वरती लॉग इन राहून तितक्या वेळ केलंच पाहिजे असं जरुरी नाहीये. तुम्ही इथूनही ते डायरेक्ट करू शकता आणि तुम्ही स्टुडंट्सची मार्क एंट्री करून त्याला तिथे इम्पोर्ट करू शकता. हा फॉर्मॅट तुम्हाला पोर्टल मधून रेडी भेटतो.
Yes.
नेक्स्ट सर, आता पोर्टलही दिसतंय ना?
No, we have to change.
Yeah, I'll have to change.
You can minimize Excel file or
Yeah. Now it is visible, I suppose.
Yes.
So if that is done, then herein after the marks entry, work of the faculty is not much. You just have to click some buttons and will be able to get the CO attainment and PO attainment reports. First, this is the practice which is very much essential while going for calculation of target, is defining the CO target. Before calculating any sort of attainment, you should have some target. So for each CO, you have to set some target. There are some methods also through which you can go for it. Say, आता आपले सब्जेक्ट खूप सेमिस्टर झाले सुरू आहेत, तर त्यामध्ये आम्ही जे आमच्या कॉलेजला करायचो टार्गेट सेटिंग साठी, ती एक पद्धत अशी आहे that you can have the average result of last 3 years, and with respect to that result, you can set in the target.
Yes.
Or else, if you wish, hello.
Yes sir, please continue.
Okay, मला वाटलं मी डिस्कनेक्ट झालो होतो म्हणून.
You are audible.
Yeah. And then proceed with the process. Otherwise, you can have the average result and set the target accordingly. You can have the same target for all COs, or you can have different targets for different COs. That is also okay. Then you have to go for exam-wise attainment process, wherein you'll have to select the session, the course name, and the exam name. Well, let me check whether I have the data over here or not. This is a sample login, so I might not be having the data for all the examinations. किंवा मग मी काही डाउनलोड करून ठेवलेले आहेत त्याच्यातून बघावं लागेल. नेमका इथे डेटा नाही आहे, so unfortunately, but that is also simple. So even if you click this, you will get the exam wise attainment. माझ्याकडे ते रिपोर्ट्स आहेत, मी ते लागेल तर तिथे डायरेक्टच दाखवतो सर तुम्हाला. Just a moment, I'll share the screen with you now. Yeah, so in this way you can get the CO wise attainment, wherein for every student the maximum marks which you have kept for each CO, obtained marks, whether the CO is attained or not. This will be calculated towards your COPO attainment, or else you can have an average result, average CO attainment also, wherein with respect to the CO name, total students who are there, how many students are able to attain the target, and what is the attainment percentage that you can get. And also you can get the PO attainment from the portal. Just a moment, sir. Sir, he sheet पण available आहे का, visible आहे? PO attainment.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So these are the reports which can be generated from the faculty end, and also most of the times nobody is bothered about student wise CO attainments, etc. So you can go for average attainment of it also. And during the course of attainment by faculties, we can have a separate session on it as to how you can produce this data in front of the committees which you are facing. So we can have a separate discussion on it, this also. One more thing which I showcased you earlier also was the course book report, which is being generated from the faculty end. Herein you can get all the data which you are inputting into the portal and the attainment which you are getting. It is known as course book report. These 2 PDF pages can help you produce the whole data regarding OBE module which you have done. Say for this college, this semester subject, credits, etc. will be visible. CO details with the Bloom's categories which you have will be visible. COPO mapping matrix, which I already discussed with you, will be visible. Assessment details showcasing the exams which you are going to conduct or which you have conducted during the course of that semester. You can have it. Herein you will be having the assessment components added by the faculty, unit test 1, unit test 2, and the examination along with end semester examination and the maximum marks for it. Along with that, CO attainment details after every examination is done. If you have some gap after the result analysis, what are the action proposed you want to suggest to bridge that gap, you can have that. PO attainment details, and these 2 graphs which are giving you the CO wise marks coverage and Bloom's coverage with respect to all the assessment components and the mark entry. You can get all of these reports out of the portal. We'll proceed as soon as possible with the faculty logins and the basic details. And during the course of the semester, we'll be doing each and every examination details, adding those details into the portal, and you can proceed with the OBE attainment part. Okay, sir? So
Yes, sir.
this is it from me for today. So even if somebody is having any doubts, please go for it.
I request the faculty member to type the question in the chat box, or you can raise your hand regarding some of the discussion regarding all this COPO mapping by the faculty. Please.
Yeah, Dr. Deshpande is saying that COs for all the subjects are ready with you. That is very good, sir. So that once the basic things from the head of department end are done, faculties can add the course outcome very easily.
I want to just ask one question that now from the CIMS module,
yes, sir.
If we conduct our internal examination,
okay,
so from there can we generate this question wise marks entry data?
I will have to see that, sir, as to how you are going to conduct the exam, whether it is whether the mark entry format is compliant with our OBE. We'll check that once, and we can very well go for it.
Okay, because now we are trying that in this forthcoming semester, internal exam, that is our unit test 1, unit test 2, that we are trying to conduct through our ERP platform only.
Okay, sir. Okay, so no issues. We'll see, check the format. For integrated modules, we can very well do it. For your college, whether we can do that or not, or whether we are able to say fetch the same Excel sheet, we'll check it once. Even if we need some minor changes, we can do it in the Excel sheet only, and we can upload it onto the portal.
So I again request faculty member to raise any query or any question, or if otherwise you can type okay or no query in the chat box, so that we will not wait for questions.
तसं एक पक्की गोष्ट आहे, आपण सगळेच फॅकल्टीज आहोत आणि एक हे जे आहे, जोपर्यंत आपण करून बघत नाही तोपर्यंत आपल्याला क्वेरीज जनरली येत नाही. will be in touch.
Sir, actually, from our side, master data is already completed. So I will see that today or tomorrow, all this data will be available in the OBE and ADMS module.
Sure, sir.
So that we are interested to prepare one schedule, wherein we will give the targets to the target dates to the faculties.
Sure, sir.
And we will ask them to complete all these activities, most of the possible activities in the OBE module and ADMS module also.
Sure, sir. Sure. Definitely.
So, okay, most of the faculties are saying, okay. So, sir, anything is more from your side, you just convey, or then otherwise we will stop for the today's meeting.
Yes,
tomorrow again at the same time, 10:30, then again another training will be there for ADMS module.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
we will
Pawan
again
sir will
meet.
be taking care of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, from your end, you see that if you are requiring any data in the Excel format from our side,
yes, sir,
or populating it in the OB module,
okay,
then you can send me that Excel files. So then we will see that it will get complied, and then we will get all the things done.
Sure, sir. Sure. If in case I need anything, I'll definitely let you know, sir. And thank you so much, all the faculties, for patient listening and being so energetic faculties from your college, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Arkud sir is there. I hope, Arkud sir, I request you to summarize and today's session, and then we will close the today's meeting here.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thanks for your nice deliberation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Actually,
you,
all the utilities and the facility which is available is very well nicely explained. As rightly said, it is possible whenever we start actual data entry, then it may be the case that we may face certain problems. At that time,
yes,
we may contact you.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I again thanks to our principal, sir, our management for giving such opportunity to work with this ERP for our college. I thanks to whole management, principal, sir, all the head of the departments, and the faculty member today present for this OBE training module. And I thanks to our trainer, Paras sir, for delivering this training on OBE. And I thanks to all again other participants, and we will stop for the today's session. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.